Hey everybody, welcome back to Bandit's Rules of the Road. I'm Bandit. Gonna make it a short one today because I still don't have my setup, and you're looking through a little bit of salty windshield, and there went the mailman, and a little rough, and it's just kind of a crappy day out, but I wanted to kind of show you the Knoxville, Iowa Lake Red Rock area. I actually took a video on the way down, and when I started uploading it, I realized I had started in the horizontal position, or the perpendicular position, and then I went horizontal, and it was gonna be sideways on YouTube. I know that doesn't make for much fun watching. So I'm redoing it on the way out here, which will be interesting to note a few things about what I go through on a daily basis. I come out here with a loaded trailer and I go back with an empty trailer. Oh well, big deal, get good fuel mileage, get to take off a little faster and such. However, Lake Red Rock has a mile-long bridge on it, which I will be showing you shortly. And that mile-long bridge is on Route 14, which goes north and south from Interstate 80 down to Knoxville, Iowa. Knoxville, Iowa, by the way, is the home of the sprint car. It's the world capital of sprint cars. It was where sprint cars were developed and started racing in Knoxville, Iowa, for those of you race fans out there. And up north in Newton, Iowa on I-80 is the NASCAR track in Iowa. So a little bit of rich history for race car enthusiasts around this area. But the other thing about Knoxville and the area between Knoxville and up into Newton is Lake Red Rock, which used to be the Des Moines River. And I say used to be, it's still considered, I guess, the Des Moines River going through the middle of Lake Red Rock. But they took and dammed up the Des Moines River down by Pella. When I say down by Pella, that's because Pella is a little southeast of here, and it's downriver from Des Moines. And they put in a hydroelectric dam in Pella. Now, when they did that, they flooded the whole valley that the Des Moines River ran through. So now you have Lake Red Rock in the middle of that valley, and the mile-long bridge goes across, and they call it the mile-long bridge because guess what? It's right at 1 mile long. Now, 1 mile long on a bridge out here in the middle of nowhere, when the winds usually come out of the west at a pretty good clip in the winter, there are wind socks on the ends of the bridge to let you know just how bad it's blowing. Well, you know it's bad when there's whitecaps on the lake, and therefore going back empty with my tanker, and the wind is blowing pretty strong directly into the side of my tanker. If it's icy at all, there is a very real possibility that it blows my tanker sideways. There is only about a 3-foot high guardrail along this bridge. So again, the possibility of getting blown sideways against the 3-foot high guardrail and flipped over into the lake, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure it'll ever happen. I'm not sure it ever has happened. I've seen trucks blown out in Wyoming when the speed was 105 mile an hour winds. I don't know if, okay, car has its turn signal on, thank you very much. I don't know if 35 miles an hour is going to blow an empty tanker over on the ice on this lake. Probably not. But it sure feels like it at times, and it scares the living crap out of you when it shoots up to 50 miles an hour and you can feel your whole truck moving. Now, I'm sure there's drivers out there that are going to call me a pussy. Hey, whatever. I slow down. When the wind's really bad, I slow down. I've been doing this for 25 years, and knock on wood, I have yet to be pulled out of a ditch. I have yet to be, I've been in 2 accidents, and both of them were the car's fault. So I'll be cautious. I don't care. Now, this is backwaters from the lake. And when the water is really high, this is completely filled with water. When the water goes really low, there's a couple of creeks that run through all this backwater. Now, different times of the year, depending on the migration of certain birds, there will be thousands of pelicans out here. There will be thousands of snow geese, Canadian geese, coots. And if it gets really cold and this is the only open water around, you'll see bald eagles fishing out here quite often too, which where I live on the Mississippi, we've got quite a few bald eagles in the winter, right at Lock and Dam 13. But anyway, this is the backwaters for Lake Red Rock. There are a lot of parks and recreations and boat launches and all kinds of things down here that if you and your family ever get down this way, it's a very pretty area, lots to do as far as nature goes. But anyway, going back to the mile-long bridge, which we will be coming up on shortly, there's quite a drop in the water depending on how much rain the area gets and how much usage the dam, how much power the dam is trying to produce. I've seen it go 25, 30 feet in height to bottomed out. When it's at its highest and you're going over the bridge, the water doesn't look that far down. When it's at its lowest, it looks quite a ways down. Now, that's nothing compared to the tall bridges across the Mississippi where I live. But again, you're talking a mile-long bridge here. And the first year or so, I came across this, and if the wind was blowing and the waves were thrashing pretty good, I had to look straight down the road. If I looked off to the sides at all, I literally got a little dizzy. Hard to explain. And again, call me a sissy, whatever. I don't care. Been on this earth for 50 years. You can call me whatever you want. It doesn't really bother me. But I'm sure there's always going to be those studs out there that, oh, I can drive ice road truckers or nothing. I can drive across a hurricane with eyes closed. But anyway, this is more backwaters right here, but we're about to come up to the mile-long bridge. And, oh, look at that, Pleasantville. Only in Iowa would you have Pleasantville. Huh. I think that was a movie that was like black and white, and then it became color. Reese Witherspoon, maybe. But anyway, Red Rock Archery Range. See, this is the thing. There's all kinds of, like I says, parks, park rangers, stuff, you know. Here is the mile-long bridge. You'll see the windsock coming out of the west, or from my left is the wind. Not super bad today. But when you do get out here and there's white caps on the water, of course, right now there's ice on the water. So you're not going to see, if you see white caps on this water, you know the wind is bad. But you see how low the guardrail is. And I just, my vivid imagination sometimes when there's a little bit of ice on the road and the wind's blowing, and I'm thinking, all right, there goes my trailer sliding off to the right, and it's gonna hit that 3-foot guardrail and flip the heck over and take me with it. And I'm not sure how deep, but I've seen boats cruising pretty fast through here, so I'm thinking there's quite a bit of depth here. I don't think I would just, step out of my truck once I hit the bottom and be okay. But what's really neat about it is, as we come around this bend up here, you can see where the old road used to run through the valley. And when they dammed it up, I'm sure they built this bridge first. Once they built this bridge and then they dammed up the water, they didn't bother taking out the old road. And so now the old road is used as a boat launch to some. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it off to the right down here. Maybe if I lifted up the tablet, you would be able to. Let me try this without wrecking. Right down there. You see the bridge in the water, or the guardrails in the water? Yeah, that's the old road, and all they did was flood it. So, Lake Red Rock and Pella. Anyway, yeah, this is Highway 14. Runs south out of Newton, Iowa, down to Knoxville, Iowa. I run this every day. For the most part, it's a good road. I will bring up something while I'm thinking about it. So there's a lot of farms out here, obviously. This is Iowa. And there is a lot of tractor traffic and such, farm traffic on this road. So you see all these little hills. They don't mean much, except for visibility. Whenever you're out in the country on a 2-lane blacktop, especially during planting season or picking season, but pretty much year round, be wary of the farmers. I got my crew set at 60 miles an hour, and you come over the top of a hill and there's a tractor doing 20 or less. You've got to have fast reaction time, or you're going to kill somebody and possibly yourself. So just something to think about. I know a lot of people don't think about it. Most people that are born and raised in the Midwest and in the country and around farms do think about it and everything else, but I got a feeling that that's something that they don't tell you a whole lot about in driver's ed for these young kids, and also people from the city who come out and visit or come out and vacation in these farming communities. Really, truthfully, you need to be wary constantly. I've seen some bad accidents involving tractors and such, and farm equipment, and they've got the right of way out here in these country roads. I'm not saying it's always right. I've always been taught, I grew up around farming grandpas, and my father and my brother had farms, and I helped out every once in a while. And when you were moving a tractor from farm to farm, or from into town to get work done or something like that, hey, you got 2-3 cars behind you, hit the shoulder. Let them people by. Don't be screwing up the works. But a lot of these farmers out here think they own the road, and they won't get over, even though they got this nice big shoulder to go on. But I love my farmers. I do. I've had quite a few in my family, and without them we don't eat. Just like without truckers we don't eat. People don't think about that all the time, but it's the truth. So I'm not cussing the farmer. I'm cussing the farmer who isn't looking out for other people. I've said it on previous shows. Common courtesy and common sense have seemed to have gone out the window. And just everybody needs to keep a lookout for everybody else. And anyway, I'll cut the show short because I know my windshield's getting all messed up. Every time I meet somebody, it gets a little more salt on it. Thanks for watching the show. Please subscribe. I'm hopefully going to just keep getting better with these shows as far as views I can show you and such, and information I can give you. I love you all. God bless, and have a great day.